Is our hero dreaming? Does he?
No, absolutely not.
You sure? Because look at those guns.
Also, you failed to mention that it was like a zip up, like hoodie vest. It's even worse. To be honest, it looks like he kind of rolled in from the gym, and they're like, "Do you want to be in this movie?" And he was like, "Oh, sure, yeah, maybe."
He's subverting the expectations. The vest game. That's a unique. I'm all for it.
What's the premise of this movie?
Oh, I didn't bother looking that up. That wasn't. I just laughed at that picture for a good 15 minutes. I'm just like, who thought this was a good idea?
God.
It's like
it's funny because like if you didn't have the guy with the vest right there in the foreground, it actually would look like a regular 80s action movie. Like the background image, you could just knock the dude off the front and
it was 96.
Yeah. Well, that's why it looks like an 8. He's 16 years behind everything.
I think oh no, I did write a description for the movie. Here we go. Okay, so guys, I did write this down. I forgot what I wrote down. So, all right. I get to do this in the voice. Released from jail after 5 years, Frank Scarvo goes in search of Javier Carbone, the guy who wouldn't rat on, who he wouldn't rat on, even though Frank's silence resulted in imprisonment. Javier has had Frank's girl killed and took his 500 G's. Frank not only finds Javier, but also encounters the captive daughter of someone Javier does business with, as well as Javier's henchmen, among whom are a motorcycle gang. That's a really wordy description.
I still don't know what's really going on.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure I get the plot. But...
You know, me flubbing it a little bit too. That's just mostly because I'm trying to read it. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like,
your brain is like, no, these words stop.
Okay, well, the quick online description is just: a man must face gangsters and a motorcycle gang in order to free his girlfriend from a criminal boss. But I don't know what they're demolishing a fucking highway. Why would they do that? This is like it's
the 500 G's is for like civic restructuring
of
the highway.
Trying to fix the roads.
The only thing between me and my 500 G's is this highway, and one of them's gotta go.
Demolition highway.
Other movies. He did in 1999. He did a movie called Space Kid. I described it as a children movie that thinks it is being an E.T. clone, but is horrifying. I spared you guys the box art. You can look it up in your spare time. The previously mentioned An Erotic Vampire in Paris, which was released in 2002. And in 2022, one of his most recent films was called Catnado. Catnado, guys. And I looked through the cast. No former 90210 stars in this one, so...
Or American Pie.
Yeah, nobody...
Tara Reid.
Nope.
He was really late to the tornado thing. I did see like Zombie Tsunami coming out soon.
Or
Big Shark, the new Tommy Wiseau movie.
Oh yeah, it's just a really big shark.
Yeah.
Like what if we do another
Oh,
shark
hello,
movie,
shark.
Oh, hi, shark.
Let's go catch a football, shark. It's just The Room, but it's the shark.
I really hope the shark now catches a football at one point in that movie. I'll go and I'll watch it in theaters for that.
Just for that
cheer.
moment.
So let's talk about the cast members and what they've been up to since. Would you like to, or do you want to talk about the movie some more?
Let's
first?
talk about the movie and then we'll move into cast members because I do have an embarrassing knowledge of one of the actresses that I've been telling Ro and not telling Ro about, essentially.
I'm curious to know how many of them have done adult films, like for sure. Did you look into this?
Well, I mean, the two big names in this film were
Look into this too much?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
the two.
I skipped between Spank Bang to X videos to Pornhub. I even
love
got to
that
X Hamster. What am I doing?
The comments on the movie on YouTube too. If you do want to watch this movie on YouTube, every boob moment is marked in the comments. You
Of course
don't
it is.
have to-
Timestamps.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's all. Oh yeah, all the timestamps for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's directly to Bambi's shower scene. All of it. People are really looking out.
Then there's like one creep that's just like time coding all the bare feet.
Oh god.
That will be me. I think I'll go back and
There
like
you
second watch. Hey, there's some good feet in 5 minute 43. I
It's been
don't know.
one day since we looked at the last watch count. How does it have 1 million now?
It turns out it's like the mecca of foot fetish movies. So the two big names of the film were Tiffany Shepis. She played Lucinda the Witch, and Debbie Rochon, who played the school counselor. They are well-known actresses in the B-movie circuit. They've done all sorts of B movies, and Debbie Rochon, well, also Tiffany Shepis for a bit. They were part of the golden age of trauma films in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, and they've branched on. Their works can be described. They have range. They go from just blatant "you're here to be naked" to Debbie Rochon was actually in a very good movie called American Nightmare, where she plays a psychopath who keeps her clothes on and delivers a stunning performance. Okay. She's become a very accomplished actress, and mainly just does B movies because she's like, this is my jam. Tiffany Shepis has. Well, okay, Corey, what movie did you see?
Yeah.
Tiffany Shepis, I think it is.
Yes.
Lucinda.
Yeah.
So there is a niche kink called breast expansion that people search for on Pornhub and stuff like that. And younger Corey thought it was an interesting concept. And so she pops up in a video.
Wait. Expand how?
Like, inflate.
So,
They become huge.
like with an air pump or?
Sometimes magic, which comes to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's in a little, I think it's like 25 minutes or something, like half an hour short, called Mood Boobs.
And half an hour short.
Yeah.
Mood boobs.
Mood Boobs. And her friend finds a crystal that allows her to, when she gets, frazzled or anything, her breasts get huge.
Because
That's exactly what you want.
what a
in
woman
any
wants when
situation.
she's frustrated.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
extra front end weight.
Yeah.
And to be objectified
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Well,
every.
there's no men in the mood. I think she calls a guy on the phone once. It's only her. It's Tiffany Shepis and this other actress and a cat.
Oh, so this movie was for the ladies.
Wow.
Why would
I
they
don't-
not
I don't
have
know.
any
I
men in
don't
it?
think this kink has gender walls, gender barriers.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of those like, oh, we're watching them fuck kind of kinks. I think.
Yeah, there's no sex.
There's
Yeah.
no. It's not.
There's not even,
it's
like,
not
really
a
full-
P to V kind of thing.
And it's not even. There's no nudity. It's just like the shirts expand. Like, it's so fucking. Bad.
Do they have like buttons that pop off?
One
and have-
pops off and like, it startles the cat. That's why I remember there's a cat.
Yeah, you are a degenerate, and I don't know what to think about you anymore.
Yeah, and at the end, Tiffany somehow destroys the crystal, but gives herself the permanent power to do it to herself
Ooh.
and anybody else. And
Wait, to anybody.
yeah, and so then her friend gets like overly like, my God, bigger than her body tits, and nearly falls over and tackles Tiffany, and that's how the movie ends.
Okay, wow. So they ended on a cliffhanger.
They left it, they were opening. Maybe they wanted to make it a porn, and they're like, hey, we have so much. No, don't do this.
Just a cliffhanger, or maybe a cleavage hanger. There we go. So, all right.
That is the only actress I recognize in the film
because of
degenerate, probably 19-year-old Corey.
just going to like E-Bombs world and
No, just going straight to Pornhub.
oh, wow.
Just doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling
Yeah,
porn.
doom
Oh
How-
my
wow.
Like,
God.
what if I can get to page 700? What horrible thing is going to be on here?
You just page one.
And this is
Page one
one
is
you-
enough.
this was back before like Pornhub got reined in too, so you probably
Yeah.
oh Jesus, man.
Yeah,
Oof.
I don't feel any shame. I should, but I don't.
That woman needed a chiropractor after that shoot, you insensitive monster. Okay, so Corey, what are your thoughts on Chainsaw Cheerleaders?
Oh God. I want to almost watch a muted version of it, just removing all music and see if there might be a redeemable part of it. Because the music, aside from, as I mentioned earlier, the band, I think that's an actually okay band. The music fits. It fits like all that woman's shirts after she has a giant breast expansion. It just does not fit. It is just so. It's not even the acting is that atrocious. Like, yeah, I think the Dawn is God, goes from extremely manic and psychotic to extremely scared in the next 2 seconds, and then like I was like, I have no. At least every other character is kind of consistent in who like their character is. I was like,
Dawn is going through a journey.
Yeah,
this is definitely a journey.
a monster.
I don't know if I'd consider it on par with the Iliad, but, but it's
got
a hero's
advanced
journey.
Yeah, for people like
disorder.
Homer, Dawn. Yeah, it's just her characterization was about as inconsistent as her eye makeup between shots.
It was impressive. Yeah, she's about to walk down the stairs to talk to her mom, and that like the fucking like shadow is everywhere. It's down like below her cheekbones, and I'm like, and then the next scene, it's like perfect all the way around her eyes, and I'm like, you left the house. you didn't do this while walking, especially with her friggin' hunch that she walks. Like she watches, like she goes like this the entire time. Like her shoulders are just near.
She has this awkward stance, and I think it probably has to do with the combat boots she was wearing.
Yeah.
Those are not comfortable to wear unless you have like some really nice insoles. And I was just like, yeah, I wouldn't. And you're wearing that ridiculous cheerleader outfit with the midriff. Like that cheerleader outfit was definitely. It's like, how can I be pervy, but like not too pervy? And then they just.
I don't think at any point in this movie they thought, let's be not too pervy.
Well, because they could have just had a whole huge like cleavage part because
they just had whole tits out eventually though. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
but
like I think they
yeah, they're saving it for later, but you know, also they were quote unquote teenagers still in high school, although Dawn did certainly look the part.
Yeah, she looked like she was graduating high school, like maybe 20 at oldest, but every other, like the 3 other cheerleaders, I'm like, you're definitely 25. In the Southern Belle's probably 35.
I definitely thought Sally the sacrifice was like 32 immediately upon walking in the scene.
She's just been held back like so many.
Having a hard
it's a hard
time.
time in the school.
She's
The
dead.
education system in Tennessee is pretty hard. You know,
Well,
like
the one the witch enthusiast that captures her and leads her to be the sacrifice. Like she quotes and actually does a decent job quoting Shakespeare, even though her acting is atrocious. And she's like, "Oh my God, that's in the play we're doing." And it's like, I can tell you weren't gonna be Lady Macbeth.
oh wow, shots fired.
Whoa.
Corey, that's savage. Savage.
I was disappointed.
I was
hoping for more.
The thing I liked about was like you can tell that like they had to do reshoots for certain scenes, or they like they couldn't get into like the scene in the beginning of the movie where they're at the shop the shot. I say
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and it's clearly just an office that's just filled with crap, like
Yeah.
dollar store skulls and like necklaces
A
and
bottle of champagne on the freaking desk, and I was like, I want that then. Like, this is if it's uncorked, like I'll take that. And the weird Uncle Fester painting
Picture.
that's on the way out.
Yeah.
It's like Uncle Fester with 3 tits hanging out. It is really fucking weird if you look at it.
I did not notice that, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
afraid
I
to go.
paused it because I was like, is that the therapist? Is that her? And I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is that on the wall?
Yeah, we were trying to figure out exactly why the therapist had to die. I think that was just so
Oh
confusing.
well, yeah.
Should we get to that scene?
Well, I did want to talk about another
Yeah,
scene
yeah.
that stuck out to me was the scene in the locker room. You can
I bet
tell
it did, yeah.
you can tell that there was like they had to do reshoots, but they couldn't go back to that locker room. So like,
Like a band from the school. They're
They-
like, get out of here. You graduated 10 years ago. Go.
You can't come back here.
you can't. What are you filming? No.